When the smoke clears, who will be left standing? The magic circle sealing the key still needed several minutes to dissolve. Are you still there, my beloved Lambda Delta? All that came into sight was Burn Castell. There was no answering voice from Lambda Delta, if this was a sign of her victory. It did not cause Burn Castell's expression to grow any brighter. Too bad, Lambda. And I thought we'd be able to build a universe together. It's too bad. Really too bad. Burn Castell was still focusing all of her nerves on the battle. So she took no notice of Battler and Angie by the key. However, she would probably notice soon, and then there would be nowhere to run. The last section of the magic circle was starting to fade away. However, almost cruelly, the final circle went slower than the rest. Seeing that, any hopes that it would dissolve in a minute, or maybe a few dozen seconds, were crushed absolutely. Battler readied himself. Well, this fight probably won't work out as well as the last one, but it looks like I'm up now. Oni-chan. You're great, Angie. I'm proud that you didn't try to stop me. With tears still pouring down her face, Angie lovingly rubbed her cheek against the hand that had been patting her head. I've got to gather the kitties again. I thought Battler would be with her, but I don't see him for some reason. After all, one guy like him would be about as annoying as a pebble in my shoe. The smoke cleared completely, and they saw a huge cloud of candy bits floating around. Like it was Lambda Delta's corpse, a star-shaped cookie bounced off of Burn Castell's head. It was missing one of its points, giving it a lonely feeling. Lambda Delta? Live with me. We'll become a single universe with you inside me. Burn Castell chewed the cookie and swallowed it. This way, we'll always be together. I love you, Lambda. Me too, Burn. Burn Castell's stomach suddenly swelled like a balloon. The bulge rose from her stomach to her throat, then exploded like a firework from her mouth. From Burn Castell's mouth spewed fireworks, sparks, fragments of candy. You really should fix those habits you've had since you were a cat. Here's a hint: if you find a piece of candy lying on the ground somewhere, don't pick it up and eat it. Lamb. Burn Castell doubled over even more, still spitting up an exploding firework. The birth of a small universe from that sweet had hit her directly from the inside of her stomach. Even Burn Castell couldn't withstand that. As Burn Castell repeatedly vomited fireworks so violently that it seemed her guts would spill out. Her body flickered in and out of existence, and she glared at Lambda Delta with a terrifying expression. Her body was flickering because she had taken so much damage that even maintaining her form was now difficult. How slovenly, Burn. Your body's falling apart. Cough, Lambda. I sort of felt like losing for a bit, but I changed my mind. If I became a single universe within you, you wouldn't whisper to me of your love anymore. True. I'm not the type to give food to a fish I've already caught. I know. That's why you shine so beautifully. You'll lead someone on but never actually dote on them, just like a proud queen of cats. I'll turn you into a cardboard box and make you my scratching post, and I'll make you a shamisen, get bored after plucking one string, then put you in a cupboard and let the dust pile up on you. The goat tsunami had swallowed up everything. but the sea spray was still flying about. The reefs resisted the ocean that was trying to cover them and were smashing waves left and right. The Seven Sisters of Purgatory and the Inquisitors of Heresy specialized in close-range combat and were rapidly building a mountain of corpses. The witches fought hard too, but they would have preferred to fight at a distance if they could. Illusions alone wouldn't be enough. In these battle conditions, all of the humans were thrust right into the center of the fight. Everyone in the Ushiromiya family displayed a fighting spirit equal to the witches and guarded their backs. Even humans are not powerless. They have guns. If the goats supported fantasy, they could use these as the ultimate anti-magic weapons. If the goats supported mystery, they could use these in a much more obvious way. Those .44, 45 long Colt bullets delivered fatal wounds to each and every goat they struck. Just die already. How long are you going to continue to resist? Gear up and sink, Ushiromiya! Telling an Ushiromiya to sink makes him fight all the harder. Little girl, you have no idea what the Ushiromiya family is. I keep making everyone Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh yeah! I'm either going to make them Macho Man Randy Savage or Hulk Hogan. What you gonna do now, brother? At Hulkamania! You were dead even before 1986, weren't you? It's about time you stopped moving, Gramps. Erica's razor-sharp scythe buried itself in Kinzo's chest. It dug straight into his heart, but the daring smile on Kinzo's face didn't even falter. Ho, was my death ever witnessed by anyone outside the cat box? I am indestructible. Indestructible. A punch containing the entirety of Kinzo's last spark of life sent Erica flying. Father, are you okay? Overcome my corpse. The Ushiromiya family never turns back. As Erica tried to deliver the finishing blow, Kraus stepped in between them, blocking the way. I will be your opponent in Father's place. Oh, if it isn't the incompetent investing expert. It's pretty impressive how you managed to find all the worst bets losing your money so quickly. And yet even I remember to tie my shoes. Huh? Erica tried to look down at her feet, but what she saw was Kraus's left fist, because he's a boxer. Kraus's left uppercut made Erica float in the air, not by magic, but by the simple laws of physics. For an instant, Erica saw the moon. Maybe I was incompetent as an investor. However, any of my college friends will attest to my talent as a boxer. I will not allow you to discredit every part of the Ushiromiya family, little girl. You damn small fry! Canon is an illusion created by a lonely Jessica. At the school festival, I introduced Canon-kun to everyone. Saku and Hina and everyone else. All of my friends can testify that. Don't make assumptions about our relationship based on your own imagination. Her eyes did a thing. Jessica's body blow made the goat's massive body cave in. Splendidly done, milady. To think that you could wield such power in a tight spot like this. Well, of course. After all, I'm thinking I don't really care if I die. This is the first time we've worked together with you at my back. Too bad it isn't cutting the cake." Jessica laughed embarrassedly. She looked even more relaxed than she had on stage at the school festival. "We have plenty to cut here besides cake." "You always try to sound so cool." "What do you mean, try?" "But that's what I like about you." The massive bodies that rushed at them, trying to deny their relationship, and their very existence, had two choices: be sliced or be struck. Each time one of those bodies hit the floor, it became proof that the two of them existed. Shannon is an illusion. George is an antisocial shut-in. Their love itself is an illusion and doesn't exist. George-sama, look out! The goat's log-sized fist buried itself in George's face. This was the middle of a massive, confused battle. There's no way to dodge an unexpected attack like that. "An antisocial shut-in, huh? Very well. Say what you wish about me." George had indeed been hit with a fist right to the center of his face. However, he didn't bend over backwards, not even an inch. The goat started to wonder what it was he had hit. Hadn't he punched a human made of flesh? It was as though he had slammed his fist into a steel wall, and it was his fist that was hurting. However, the goat was too scared to move his fist from George's face. After all, if he did, the expression on that face would probably be too terrifying. George pressed his hand against the fist. "You probably could get testimony from my old classmates from school. Yes, I was an antisocial person. However, there's one more thing. They'll tell you something far more important." George was only grabbing the goat's massive fist in his tiny hand. However, that fist was being crushed as though it had a vice around it. Even though the other hand was tidy, the goat couldn't even move its fist. Ushiromi George never fought for himself. No matter what happened to him, he was a coward who ran away from all threats. Everyone will tell you that. However, they won't tell you that he never got into a fight. I accepted the fact that someone as pathetic as me would be bullied. However, never have I let anyone provoke or challenge anyone who treated someone as pathetic as me like a friend. The goat's broken teeth flew through the air. George's furious feet split the heavens. Shannon approached George for his money, and a goat's filthy finger touched Shannon's back. That finger exploded and boiled away. My love for George-san is true and pure. George-san must have kept all the letters I wrote him. Read those and you'll have your proof. You can write anything in a letter. The contents of a letter are no proof of true love. A blazing red light charred the goat's entire body. Shannon slowly turned around, her face full of rage and contempt. Pitiful spectator, ignorant of love, you have no right to read a mystery, much less a person's heart. Disappear. An absolute barrier rose up around Shannon, burning up the goats around her with its flames. Hee. Yeah, maybe we are dead, but that doesn't give anyone the right to criticize us. No one can deny the love Maria and Mama shared. Maria smiled, showing her teeth, and performed her job without even looking at her hands. Then she tossed the fully loaded rifles straight up into the air. Come and get some. Rosa, who stood back to back with Maria, caught it without turning around. No, that wasn't all. Maria had passed the gun to her mother perfectly without even looking back. Rosa's head was pointed at the ground as she stroked the frigid trigger with her index finger. If any of you doubt my love for my daughter, step forward. The crowd of goats, cowed by Rosa's ferocity, didn't get any closer to her. Then I'll deny it. Being the serial cheater you are, you were always off playing around with some man and leaving Maria all alone. Nothing like that is written anywhere in Maria's diary. You should know better than anyone else. Rosa didn't love you. She was a crappy mother who regretted even giving birth to you. Erica was peering at the unfeeling moon, the taste of metal in her mouth. For a moment, She didn't realize what was happening.